we just learned the last Wind Waker song in the game, the Wind God Zarya. And, as was the case with... I was about to say Naruto! Sorry, Laruto! I guess, well, it's just one letter away, but whatever. As was the case at the entrance to the Earth Temple, we are met with a ghostly apparition of the former sage. This one is named Fado of the Kokiri tribe, not to be confused with Fado from Twilight Princess. And of course, the Kokiri is a child in keeping with the lore established by Ocarina of Time, though. Come to think of it, whatever happened to not being able to leave the forest? Because I don't think that temple was set in the forest in the first place. But, yeah, we're looking to return the power to our blade. So, our task is going to be to look for the one who has a violin. As I said before, it's Makar. And, wait! Makar has blood? Makar has veins? Wow, I'm learning something new about plant life forms every day, I guess. But anyway, apparently it was the king who conducted for them, so he definitely went out of the forest at some point. So, yeah, I call bullshit on that. They're just being inconsistent, even in trying to be consistent. So, yeah, that's what Nintendo does best, I suppose. Well, I went to the Forest Haven to get Makar, but turns out we have some mail. So, we have a one letter. Let's take a look at... Oh, I gotta pay for this one? Okay, it's just 10 rupees. But, still, what the hell? Okay, so... Oh, it's the one that comes from the intern at the mail center over on Dragon Roost Island. Remember, all the way back at the beginning of this LP, I did some letter sorting and did a lot better than on my previous playthrough, where I spent like an hour trying to get it right, and it was just so annoying, and this time I did it without a problem. But, yeah, he doesn't seem to be very inspired. As you can see, yay, man, yay, go, man, go, 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 go! That's the kind of thing you say at a football game, not the kind of thing that you write on a letter. And, speaking of football games, I know it's really tempting to make a Justin Bieber joke, but I think everything's been said about that, so I'm just going to abstain. So, how about we go get Makar? Now, he's not at the same place where we saw him the last time. He was near the Deku Tree, but he moved away from that spot since then. He's in a cave behind a waterfall. You can see the musical notes coming from it, and you can even hear him play. So you want to hang on to that up there and just go in there. It's a lot easier to do it from here than to go all the way up there, than go down manually, because I think the game's rather picky in terms of at which altitude you can actually get in that cave. So, Makar is about to explain to us why he's hidden down in this cave. He's practicing a new song and he needs privacy. Well, privacy is something that he's failing horribly at because, well, yeah, I could hear your song outside. I could probably hear it from the Tower of the Gods, damn it. But yeah, not a very smart decision. Maybe it's the echo. I don't know if it's actual science. I haven't really studied physics all that much, so I wouldn't tell. So, yes, apparently I'm a maestro, so get ready, Makar! I'm about to ruin your life forever! Can't wait to hear it. He's so impatient to get his life completely ruined. So, excuse me, let's play the Wind God Zarya. Oh, god damn it. What?! I pressed right! I swear I pressed right! Okay, here we go. God fucking damn it. I'm sorry I butchered that, but it just... Sometimes this controller doesn't seem all that responsive. I mean, I never had that kind of trouble with a GameCube controller, but this, on the other hand, sometimes it refuses to acknowledge that I move the control stick around. So once again, we had a few extra instruments that weren't there, and even some applause. You know what? We have some more of this to endure at the end of the Wind Temple, so I'm just gonna stop nitpicking about that. It's probably just meant to sound cooler than it would have been with just one violin, but still, let's head over to the Wind Temple before I get an aneurysm. Back to Square A4, Gale Isle, where the entrance to the Wind Temple is located. And once again, we're going to have a little pep talk from the King of Red Lions, but this one is going to be a lot less centered on teamwork between me and Makar. This, I don't know if it's because we've already gone through the motions with Medli, but still, it also sort of indicates that this is less about teamwork and more about actually escorting Makar to the end of the dungeon, because he's much worse at pulling his weight than Medli was. So, let's head over there, bust down that gate, as we're now used to, except we gotta do it with the Wind God Zarya this time. And this time I managed to play it on the first try, which I guess is a good start to any dungeon, not fucking up a song, especially when it's right behind you and you see it in plain sight in the camera. And boom! So here we go. Let's head into the Wind Temple, the second to last dungeon of the game. But that doesn't quite mean we're done. We're almost done, by the way. There's still a lot left to go before we get to the final dungeon after this one. So apparently Link really not afraid of huge falls like that. Good thing it's sort of broken magically in midair, whatever. So this room, absolutely nothing. So moving on to the next one, I'm just going to keep Makar here and go down there by myself because Wizrobe! Alright, so that's the welcoming committee. This is going to be okay, I think. Oh, right. There's a Stalfos over there. I completely forgot about that guy. And, by the way, sometimes it happens that it actually uses its mace to open the warp pot. I love when that happens. Too bad it wasn't at the right angle this time. I'll just pull out the boomerang and the skull hammer and die! So, just gonna burst that, recover some health, and after that, what you want to do, you want to pull out the Wind Waker and play the command melody. So we're gonna get to control Makar for the first time in this dungeon, the first of many, many, many times. And one big problem with Makar, he's nowhere near as quick as Medli in terms of moving around, and his special power sucks dick too. It's just planting trees like that. Of course, it's going to be essential for completing the dungeon because, believe it or not, planting those trees has plenty of effects, such as making a treasure chest appear. But we're not quite done with Makar in this room yet. I'm going to head over to this end of the room behind the fans. We have a switch that is going to stop them. Here we go. So now I'm just gonna leave Makar there because I'm not sure if he needs to stand up. Oh, great! An orange rupee completely gone to waste. Well, doesn't really matter anyway because there's still a lot of money left all over the world. So these things, what you want to do with them? Iron boots. Put them on. Put them off, you're catapulted in the air, then you can use the Deku Leaf to fly around like that. So yeah, as I was saying, I'm not sure if I remember needing Makar standing on the switch in order for the fans to stop, and when he steps off the switch, the fans restart, so that's why I just didn't take any chance, and it's not like I needed any, to be perfectly honest with you. So, oh crap! I forgot to open up the warp pot. Well, doesn't really matter because I don't really use them anyway. Just watch as I need to use them for some crazy reason, and it turns out this is the one playthrough where I forgot to open one up and whatever. now you're supposed to blow wind on that fan thing in order to spin the ceiling around. So, like we just did. At least there are some wind-based puzzles in the Wind Temple. Name one thing that was based on the Earth in the Earth Temple. Speaking of which, we need to plant... Excuse me? I'm really sucking with the Wind Waker today. Speaking of which, planting trees. That would have been a gimmick that could have fit in the Earth Temple. Remember what I said about the sages sort of being reversed from their logical place? This is sort of what I meant, because planting trees, that's, I don't think I need to make the connection for you in terms of, planting trees, the earth, because I think most of you aren't that stupid, and those who are, well, you're probably banned by now. So, we got to, once again, plant a bunch of trees in this room, but we are not going to be able to do anything quite yet with those trees. It's going to be for a bit later on, so, yeah, sorry about that. By the way, I forgot to mention, Makar can also fly like Medli did, obviously, but for some reason, I think Makar controls a bit worse than Medli in the air for some reason. I really don't have any clue why. It's just, maybe I'm just biased towards Medli because she's just so much more useful. Anyway, once you plant that last tree... Oh, shit! Floor Masters everywhere! And they catch Makar, and yeah, that just happened. Don't worry, this is required by the story. There is no way around it. You had to plant that tree in order to be able to get to this room anyway. This room is the main room of this temple. It doesn't look like much real estate right now, but it's going to later on. So, Makar has been imprisoned in the room right next to where we were. Unfortunately, it's a bit more complicated to get him out of there than it was to get Medli out of that cage in the Earth Temple that I never got to show you, because Medli could just fly over it. But here, Makar is pretty well stuck by that giant face with a target on it. Gee, I wonder what I'm supposed to do. A target in a Zelda game? And yes, that means that we have a pretty good idea of what the dungeon treasure is going to be at this point. Now, just going to kill these two, and after that, I'm going to be very careful before falling down. Just going to take out my bow as well as the skull hammer. I'm going to check if... no, I don't have the ice arrows. I'm going to set them right now. You can hear my death below, and you can see it too. A Floor Master! Get away! Get away! Oh my god, that was close. At least didn't back off as quickly as I expected, so I was able to get an ice arrow shot off. Let's just blow this, and once you know what, I'm gonna go for it because I don't want to have any bad surprises. Let's just destroy that thing. Thank you very much. Now I'm gonna need the Deku Leaf. You have to be sure that you're on this side of the room, otherwise that wall is just gonna push you back to the other section, and you're gonna have to redo this, well, except for killing the Floor Masters. And let's get up there, and I'll see you guys next time for the next part of the Wind Temple.